Hey yo, what it is, folks? We back at it again. It's the Mind on Greatness podcast, and we here to talk sports and everything in between. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's gonna be one of those episodes where we talk our NFL. We're gonna give y'all our reaction to NFL Sunday. You got my main man, Boss Hogg Capo through the door. You know what I'm saying? You got your boy Brody on the hustle. You know I gotta spit it one time. I was born in a tussle, so I'm finna get it off the muscle. You feel me? But anyways, on a Sunday, we witnessed the Jets finally make it to a new altitude and soar past the Eagles on a Sunday where the Browns outshine the red laced and gold 49ers on a Sunday where the Texans marched in on the Saints. And overall, if your team mascot was a bird, you feel me, it was hard for y'all to fly anywhere unless you was a Raven over in London, you feel me? But anyways, let's get this train going. Let's get it moving right. Let's keep it on track. We're gonna let K-Po start us off, kick it off. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what two games or two teams intrigued you this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Let them know how you feel, bro.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? So, two games I watched: Texas Saints and 49ers versus Browns. Texans versus Saints, very intriguing. The Texans, coming off that, horrific loss to the Atlanta Falcons, a game I feel like they should have won. They had a lot of turnovers that game, and they just couldn't cash in on touchdowns in that game. So this was kind of a must win for them. Um, Saints top five defense. Offense is not really that good, but top five defense in the league. So this is going to be a test for CJ Stroud, and he answered phenomenally. I mean, he was 13 for 27. I mean, didn't have a lot of passing yards, 199, but he threw two touchdowns and he threw a pick. His QBR was 47.4. You could tell that the defense was throwing different stuff at him, but he answered the bell. He threw an interception, and on that same drive, because the guy fumbled the ball, got the ball back, threw a touchdown. So that showed me right there the resiliency of CJ Stroud, and he forgot about that. You know what I mean? Was very impressed by that. That's kind of veteran is for him. Um, you know, you had number 12, Nico. He had four receptions, 80 yards. Dalton Schultz had 61 yards in a tug, and then you had Robert Woods who had one reception, 6 yards, and a touchdown. So like I said, very methodical, very team oriented game. They play together to beat the Saints team. I mean, Derek Carr threw the ball 50 times and he had 32 completions and he had 353 yards. So they was out there tossing it on the Texans, but the Texans were able to put it all together. You know what I mean? It came down to in the fourth quarter a stop, and the defense stepped up and answered the bell. So much respect to the Texans. It was a good team win. They go into the bye week, get to really look at what they need to fix as a team. I think for me is executing on offense in the red zone. That's my thing. They get the ball, they get in the red zone, and it's like they can't score. They got to figure out a way to punch it in the end zone. Um, Next game, 49ers and Browns. 49ers lost 17-19. That kicker missed two field goals. That game was a trap game for the 49ers. That defense, the Browns, is a top three defense. Very good, match well. I know that Debo didn't play, and then McCaffrey left with an injury. But Purdy was 12 for 27, 125 yards, 4.6 yards per pass, a touchdown and interceptions. QBR was 40.1. McCaffrey had 11 carries for 43 yards, 3.9 yards per carry. That lets you know that defense is real because McCaffrey yards per carry I think is over five. IU had four receptions, 76 yards. The only one that scored a touchdown was Christian McCaffrey. He had one in the air. So he caught a receiving touchdown. So the Browns, PJ Walker was 18 for 34, 195 yards, two touchdowns. So this is a defensive game. The QBR was 24.1. So Jay Ford had 17 carries, 84 yards, 4.9 yards per carry. Kareem Hunt had 12 carries, 47 yards, 3.9, and a touchdown. Mark Cooper had four receptions, 108 yards, 27 yards per catch. 50 yards his longest. That's the one where he all over that DB. So, like I said, man, it was a defensive game. 49ers, to me, you're gonna have these type of games in the season. You know what I mean? And we like I tell y'all, me and B have played football. We understand that every team you're not gonna dominate. You're gonna have that game where it's gonna be ugly, and you got to figure out how to win. And two times the 49ers had opportunities to basically score points, and they kicker missed field goals. So I mean, yes, overall the team could have played better, but like I said, this is a top three defense that they played. It's not no slouch defense. You know, their offense may not be good, but the defense, the Browns defense is good. You know, all across the board, from the secondary to the backers to the D line. Good team defensively. So, you know, there's nothing to hang their head over. I think they're gonna bounce back and come back. This was a learning lesson for the 49ers. And, you know, this will make them stronger, basically going on in the season. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. They're the most complete team in the NFL, in my opinion. But B, what you got? What two guys did you watch?
You know what I'm saying? Before I get in my two games, I just wanted to say that finally this was one of those weekends where it was a good time to sit down and watch football. You know what I'm saying? This weekend was reminiscent and very relevant to how I thought most of this NFL season would go. You know, some of these games we watched earlier in the season, it was complete blowouts. You got team pitching 70 points. You got team pitching 50 points. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, this Sunday's NFL football was kind of more of what I thought the season would be. It's more like a anybody can win type of situation. Don't matter what team you play for. So I was thankful. I was grateful for that, and I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we continue to see this kind of football. You know, continue to play out throughout the season. But at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and get it going. My first game I'm gonna discuss. It's gonna be the Bills versus the Giants. Now, a lot of people may say, why this game? Why that game? You know what I'm saying? There was a whole bunch of other games you could watch. I picked this game because I considered this game, the Bills versus the Giants, I almost considered this game to be a trap game. You know, Daniel Jones out. You just getting Saquon Barkley back. Tyrod Taylor's at quarterback. The Giants have no receivers. Their defense is all over the place. Coach Dayball seems to be losing the locker room. It's a perfect setup for the trap game. And whether you believe it or not, the Bills win it 14-9. So it was still in some way, in form or fashion, a trap game because you know what I'm saying. Tyrod Taylor came in. He did all right. He did what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to hold it down until you get Daniel Jones back. You know, he only threw for 200 yards, but at the same time, he had no turnovers. So that's kudos to him on that part. But at the same time, I want to get more into the Buffalo Bills. I want to talk about Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? The fact that him and Ken Dorsey don't seem to be clicking as we used to seeing Josh Allen click with Coach Dable. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Coach Ken Dorsey, he's a staple in the NFL. He's been around a long time. He's always had good reputation with his offensive play calling and all that good stuff. But it's like, how do you get to the Bills and you have a Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, excuse me, a Gabe Davis, a James Cook. You got the rookie Kincaid. You still got Dawson Knox. You got Trent Sherfield, and the list goes on. He has offensive weapons over there, but the play calling seems to be making Josh Allen look a bit lethargic in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's not himself to me, and I think it's because they dial back too much on Josh Allen using his legs. You know, everybody knows in this league you have to have a quarterback almost to be able to make plays willingly and at any given moment. You got to be able to ad lib with your legs when you're playing quarterback. And it's like, it looks like they're telling Josh Allen, if you run, we're going to sit you out for the rest of the season. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? He's hesitant. And when he's hesitant, he's stepping up in the pocket and he's getting ready to run, but he's pulling back, putting himself into trouble. You know, he's getting hurried. He's getting sacked. His feet is not set. And he's throwing with all arm. And we all know what happens when Josh Allen gets to doing that. He starts slinging it all over the yard. Interceptions start to happen. He starts running crazy. He starts fumbling. So I'm speaking on Josh Allen's, performance within the last couple of weeks. Yeah, he's been up and down, very inconsistent, and I feel like it has a lot to do with the offensive coordinator. But let's get into some stats. Josh Allen had 169 passing yards. He had two touchdowns and one interception, only 11 rushing yards, and that's what I just spoke on. I think that's what's stifling that Bills offense. And again, Stephon Diggs, he got him involved, but no touchdowns. You got to have this guy getting into the end zone to let other teams know he's still a threat. I get it. He had 10 catches, 100 yards, but no touchdowns for Stephon Diggs. Come on, man. You got to get him into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You getting him the ball, but a lot of these plays where he's getting the ball and picking up his yardage is yak, yards after the catch, for those who don't know what yak is. You feel me? But anyways, and then on to the Bills defense. Their defense is slowly, just slowly starting to downgrade a little bit. And I know you got injuries. I know you're missing Von Miller. I know you're missing Tre'Davious White. I know there's holes that need to be filled and whatnot. But this defense, it against the Giants team that has no offense whatsoever at this point. You only had 3 sacks and no takeaways. We got to do better. Well, the Bills got to do better. Excuse me. Now the next game I'm gonna transition into is gonna be the 49ers and Browns, and just like he talked about, he already laid out the stats. So I'm gonna put this one in a nutshell. I'm gonna do it real quick. So for the Browns, you know what I'm saying? The I this is what I needed to see. I needed to see Brock Purdy go against this defense because when I say this is what I needed to see this before we labeled him the golden boy, the golden child, the guy who came from the bottom up to the top, and made something out of nothing. I needed to see this because eventually he's going to start consistently going against teams like this because teams now in this division are looking to catch up to the 49ers, and now they see the blueprint. Again, when I mention blueprint, when the blueprint comes out, it's basically stating like this is how you give this team fits. This is how you give this quarterback, this receiver, this running back fits. You know what I'm saying? So now the blueprint is out on how to play against Brock Purdy. Now, granted, he's missing McCaffrey. McCaffrey was held to 52 total yards, but he did have a touchdown before he left the game. So if McCaffrey played, maybe it would have been a little bit different. They still should have won this game with or without him because they had more than enough opportunities to win this game. Again, you mentioned the kicker missed 2 field goals, and he's been stellar all season. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? No Samuel, no McCaffrey. Kittle played. He was a ghost. Where was he? You know what I'm saying? Ayuk did what he could. He had 4 catches, 76 yards, but again, no touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So Brock Purdy still has some growing, some maturing, some learning to do when he is missing these weapons. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be labeled as that guy, if you're gonna be labeled as him, you gotta go out and do him type of things. You know what I'm saying? Because Tom Brady, I keep mentioning him because Tom Brady didn't slow down no matter who was missing from the offense. The only way you can start on the Tom Brady is have somebody at his feet. But then again, the Browns was at Brock Purdy's feet. You know what I'm saying? They was making him move around. That was making them believe certain things was happening when it really wasn't. But they was still getting there. They were getting pressures. They was getting hurries. They was knocking them down. So kudos to the Browns. You know what I'm saying? Brock Purdy threw, I believe it was 2 interceptions or 1 interception. He threw one to Emerson, right? He threw one to Emerson, and even then, that play, he looked like he was rushed, but he still had a little bit more time to deliver that ball. But anyways, those are my 2 games, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Now, this next subject, pin down. I don't know. I just heard about it not too long ago. I don't know what this is, but we finna get into this Colorado watch, and it's gonna be a little bit something different. But I'm gonna let K-Po kick this one off because I'm a little bit perturbed and heated about this situation. So I'm gonna let K-Po kick this off. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, and say what you gotta say about it, because I'm.
So, those of you who don't know, there's a certain section of fans who are calling for Deion Sanders to be fired as the coach for Colorado, which is utterly ridiculous, right? You guys won one game last year, one. Y'all, and that one game y'all won. I don't even know how y'all won that, right? Y'all got blown out by everybody else. Dion has had y'all beat a lot of top teams, right? But this is his first year at this program, right? He needs time to build a championship program. He needs time to get the guys that he needs for this program. Yes, he got there and he gave those guys an option and said, hey, look, you could stay or you could go. And a lot of them chose to leave because they don't like his coaching style, right? A lot of these guys nowadays do not like hard coaching. They can't take that. They want coaches to be their friend. Dion is not that type of guy. He's old fashioned, and his mindset is, "I'm the coach, you the player. You gonna get coached hard. If you can't basically stay in the kitchen, you can't take the heat. You can't stay in the kitchen. That's better. You might as well get out." And a lot of them chose to leave. So this notion about him needing to be fired as a coach because he lost against Stanford is utterly ridiculous, right? You got, and let's just look at the game. I'm not making excuses. I'm not a man that makes excuses, but we got to deal with the facts. Travis Hunter just came back. right? He had just came back, right? They got a lot of injuries on that team, right? The people that he relied on, his number, his day ones that he relied on to, be durable for the season, they getting hurt. So it's next man up. But this next man is not doing what he's supposed to do in film study, right? To be prepared to play. And Dion is big on film study. He's big on, okay, do your film study. Because you got to know the tendencies of your opponent. It's more than just being, see, when people sit here and call for stuff like that, that lets me know you don't know nothing about no football, right? Football, when you reach certain levels, it's more than just I'm talented, I'm better than you. You have to learn tendencies, right? You'll have an unathletic dude dog you out if you don't know his tendencies. And that's just what it is. That's what happened, you know? But Travis Hunter, basically coming back from an injury, he's trying to get himself back in game shape. He got whipped back in there. But I want to say this, and I'm past the B. That coach at Nebraska, I think, is 1-4, 1-5, right? That's that coach that used to be the head coach for the Carolina Panthers. He also was the coach for the Temple University back in the day. He also was the head coach at Baylor, right? He's 1-5. Why is nobody saying that about him getting fired? So I'm gonna go ahead and answer that question. It's because he white and Deion Sanders is black. That's what it boils down to, right? And we knew this was coming, right? We just gonna keep it a stat. Deion Sanders went to this predominantly white school. He's trying to create avenues and opportunities for other African American coaches who are coming from the HBCU ranks who may not get opportunity or even at another D1, right? Deion Sanders, because white people they group all black people in one bunch, right? You may be a solid black person, but this one black person is trash. He do something, they throw you in that bunch with him. And that's what they trying to do with Deion Sanders. And Deion Sanders, yes, he's trying to create avenues for black people, but also he's a guy who wants to create avenues for all people. If you hear Deion Sanders talk, he talks about the togetherness and how he's brought African Americans to Boulder, Colorado, and how he loves seeing these guys come together. He loves seeing a black man and a white man, a black lady and a white lady, and Hispanics, everybody. He wants everybody to work together. And that's what he's done there. That town was predominantly white. That school was predominantly white. Now you're getting African American students to enroll at that school and want to be there, right? So the fact that you want him fired is utterly ridiculous. It's disgusting, and you need to check yourself. You know what I mean? Because this man right here is doing everything he can to get this team to perform every Saturday or Friday or Thursday. He's doing everything he can. He's taking privileges away. He's telling these guys how to prepare. There's only so much he can do as a coach. You know what I mean? As a coach, you could give the guys the keys to the Ferrari. They gotta know how to drive that Joker, and that's just what it is. So, uh, like I said before, I'm gonna pass to the B. You let me know what you think, B.
All right, hold on. Let me turn this off so y'all can turn it off. I don't even want that on in the background. All right, let's get one thing straight. Whoever made the comment, who's ever uttering this, who's ever rebuttaling this, who's ever speaking this, is totally beyond themselves. All right, because when you bring a Coach Prime to your school, this man markets for everybody in the school. He markets for everybody in the community. He markets for everybody surrounding Colorado University. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing light to the whole area. You know what I'm saying? Wherever he goes, it's light. It's marketing. It's a builder. It's a progression. He's not just focused on football, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? He's focused on making people better. And when I say people, I mean everybody, whether you're white, Hispanic, black, Asian, Italian, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to speak of, whatever nationality you can come up with. Dion is for the people. So the fact that you say he should be fired for losing to Stanford, all right, cool. Say what you want, but keep stuff like that to yourself because it's not all on him. These student athletes have to go out and participate and play the game and do what he's asking them to do. And granted, not everything he's asking them to do is easy. And y'all just act like you can just stroll out on the field and beat everybody when you want to. If that was the case, sports wouldn't even exist. everybody would be professional athletes at this point. You know what I'm saying? If you can just walk out and say, I'm gonna beat this team, and you snap your fingers and you beat a team. That's not how this works. And I'm gonna mention this too. If put it like this, if Dion wants to leave Colorado right now, not complete the season, we'll never hear about Colorado again. Period. Point blank. We'll never hear about Colorado University again. We wouldn't hear about Boulder. We wouldn't hear about none of that because I knew it was a Colorado University. But as far as them having a football team, I seen it a couple times years back. But other than that, I would never be intrigued by a Colorado program. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. So if you take Dion away from this program, this school, these people right now, the televised events wouldn't be there. The commercials he's putting on with the staff wouldn't be there. Half of the revenue that's flowing in right now from jersey purchases and prime purchases wouldn't be flowing in right now. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna take the money they get from the football program and do something else with the school. So shh, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Just be quiet. These comments shouldn't be made. Let me ask this question and then I'm done. After this season, what Nick Saban doing at Alabama? Are y'all gonna fire him? Don't worry, we'll wait. Capo, go ahead and close us out.
I got another thing to add, man. You pointed out so great. If he leave, what they gonna do? If that man, if a top tier organization in Texas, like an A&M, University of Texas, U of H, come available, and he leave, y'all done. Y'all done. If let's just use U of H, okay? He come to U of H to Houston. I'm telling you, he'll turn that. They will blow out Colorado. They'll blow the doors off of them. I'm just keeping that stat because he gonna build a wall around Houston, and you ain't gonna be able to come in here and get nobody. That's just real talk. Anywhere in Texas, he go to A&M, he gonna build a wall in Texas. You ain't gonna be able to come. University of Texas, he gonna build a wall around Texas. You're not gonna be able to come in here and get nobody. That's just real talk. Don't let Alabama job come available and he go over there. Good luck. So all I'm saying is y'all need to be appreciative of a coach like Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? He chose to come to y'all school, right? He could have went. He could have stayed at Jackson and waited for another coaching job to come available and say, "I'm gonna go over there." So y'all need to be appreciative of that man. That he said, "You know what? I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna try to build something in Boulder, Colorado." And he said God led him over there. Y'all school ain't never been nothing, right? So obviously God showed him a vision of that school and that football program being a top tier program. Ride the wave. Y'all beat a lot of top teams. Y'all competed with a lot of top teams. Y'all came up short. The only game y'all wasn't in was the Oregon game. USC, y'all came back. Y'all, if y'all had more time, y'all could have tied that game. TCU, y'all beat them. You see what I'm saying? Colorado State, y'all beat them. Like, yeah, he just need some more players. As soon as he gets some more dogs, it's a wrap. That's just what it is. So you got anything else you want to say about that?
Y'all better be quiet for y'all find yourself back at 1-22. I don't know how many games y'all won in the last couple of years, but y'all better be quiet for y'all be real quiet. Cause I'm telling you, if he leave, it's gonna be quietly and silently throughout the night, and we gonna look up. It's gonna be all over ESPN, all over Fox Sports, all over. Coach Prime has now left the University of Colorado in Boulder, and he's headed to XYZ, and everybody seems to be sadly distraught. Y'all, shh, be quiet. Leave it alone. Let him do what he doing. That's it.
All right, man. We didn't talk about the NFL, our reactions. We didn't did the Colorado watch. Y'all stay tuned. Keep watching the videos. I see a couple of y'all starting to view them now. That's what's up. Tell your cousins, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell the dog, tell the cat, tell the birds. Watch our videos, man. You know what I mean? Let's build this community together. Y'all family. We one big family and we trying to continue to grow. Y'all continue to peep the podcast. We're gonna change the topics up every now and then. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Like I say, like, comment, and subscribe. We ain't running for no smoke. We gone.